Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 10.23.2023. Current time is 05:49 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York where I live and reside. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Twitch, also over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and Twitter/X. Also, Fireman Rich here on Twitch. And Tony, good morning to you, sir. Morning meeting coming up, so I'll be no problem. You'll be in the background, sir. Glad to have you. Hashtag salute day to you. Hashtag PSTTD and hashtag Tony says good morning. There it is. Just for you, Tony. The missus got up and we're off and running here with the morning. I do have the morning coffee. Having the morning coffee is also a hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. So I raise my cup to you all. Good morning, Tim Fan. And she's awesome. Lots of laughs. There's your comment. She loves your comments, Tony. Thank you. Good morning, Tim Fan 40, and Tony saying good morning to Tim Fan 40. And if you're watching this on the replay, which I know people are doing because I see the numbers, we get more than 1 and 2, so I'm ecstatic. You know, you're just like, I appreciate it over there on Rumble and YouTube. Thank you very much as far as that goes. And Tim Fan 40 and Tony are in the chat there. Tim Fans 40 saying good morning to Tony. Man, this coffee's good. I might have to take a break here later and stuff like that too. But we are getting our day started here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where currently it is 43 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to 6 degrees Celsius. So it's fall weather. You know, we accepted the idea, and 43 degrees, which is actually not too bad. It's cold out there in Michigan, Tim. Yeah, you're out already on a job site and stuff like that. I'm just waking up here, and I do hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. We did a lot of broadcasting this weekend. We did a lot of broadcasting. I'll get to that here. Let's see. Okay, you're going to notice something, and Tim, you'll probably see it. I activated the incoming ads. So incoming ads in 4 minutes and 55 seconds. So let's get at least the weather out of the way. I looked at that. I can't really change what I got set. I think I got it down to the minimum amount. I think there's the initial, I don't know, minute or 2 minutes, and then there's for 1 hour there's 2 segments, 30 seconds or something. I looked at it a little bit, and then I looked at it. It's like, oh, that's why I'm not seeing the incoming ad thing. It just popped up in my chat on the OBS, and you should have gotten a notification in the chat itself. Yeah. Okay. So. There it is. Okay. So, can I? So ads start in 4 minutes and stuff. I think I can. We'll see how that rolls. Let's see. Currently, like I said, 43 degrees Fahrenheit, and we have now this first ad is the initial roll. Okay, that's the initial roll. Let's see, some clouds this morning will give way to general sunny skies. So it's supposed to be good this week. We're supposed to have a good week. This being Monday, the start of a new week. We're working towards the weekend once again. Sunny skies this afternoon. High around 55 degrees. Ooh, that's pretty high. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sun will be rising at 7:27, which is another hour, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25... An hour and 27 minutes. No, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32 minutes. An hour and 32 minutes at 7:27 a.m. The sun will be rising and will be setting at 6:13 p.m. And our world times and temperatures, and I know I'm early because I got Hawaii still in yesterday. Honolulu, Hawaii at 11:53 p.m. yesterday still. They're still in Sunday night, finishing their Sunday. Partly cloudy, partly clear, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 2:53 a.m. Clear sky, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 4:54 a.m. Partly cloudy, partly clear, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City, the jungle, as I call it. New York City, it's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive southeast of here on Route 17, Interstate 86. Clear skies, 5:54 currently, also here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So 48 degrees Fahrenheit, clear skies. Across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland. It is raining in Cork at 10:54 a.m. 48 degrees Fahrenheit there. And at the shop, waiting on guys to get. Oh, they haven't gotten there yet. Okay, Dollar General had bow rakes for $1.80, regular 12. Oh, that's a good deal. You bought 20 of them. Oh, okay, that's for the work. Why not? If you're gonna buy, you might as well buy. They're always good to have on hand. That's cool. I don't go to the dollar store that often. They have something at the dollar store. I hustle. Oh, you hustle rakes? Okay. They have these the windmill almond cookies. They're $6. Oh, so you make some money. There's some okay pocket cash. Nothing wrong with that, Tim. That's entrepreneurship there. That's pretty cool. I should check that out. Maybe see about selling them online. No, it'd probably cost too much to send them. Why, you laughing at that? Yeah. Oh, the missus likes that. Yeah. Did you hear what Tim is doing? He's buying rakes at the dollar store for they're $1.80 a piece, and he sells them for $6. That's pretty. There's some extra money, Tim. What was I telling you the other day? You got to look at something. You're being that's ingenuity. Money is money. Yep, I agree with that. Let's see, Milan, Italy at 11:56 a.m. Cloudy skies, 63 degrees. That's pretty good. Boy, you get the business sense there, my friend. I pick up pet. No, that's some pocket change, especially this time of year because everybody's looking for a rake. I always have to dig mine out and stuff like that. Let's see, in New Delhi, India at 3:26 p.m. Sunny skies, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Mumbai, just south of New Delhi, at 3:26 p.m. Cloudy skies, 91 degrees. Kuala Lumpur, it's still raining and thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur at 5:56 p.m. currently. There, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan, 6:56 p.m. Cloudy skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And down in Australia, we have in Melbourne, 8:56 p.m. in the evening. Let's see, 6:56 in Japan, but it's 8:56. Okay, 8:56 in Melbourne. 57 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, partly clear. But in Sydney, it's clear skies at 8:57 now. Just changed to 8:57. 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And backing up in Warner Robins, Georgia, Tony, he's down there. That's where he resides at. 51 degrees currently there. He's a little warmer than we are. Yeah, thank you, Tim, for sharing a photo. Oh, you shared a photo with me. Let's check this out. What's this photo? Ad break in progress. We got a minute. We're waiting for the ads. Waiting on ads to finish. Okay, I got 52 seconds. Let's see. What did Tim send us? Oh, there's the rakes. Oh my. Oh, those are the. Oh, okay. Um, and we still got 17 seconds of ads left here. As far as that goes, we're still standing by. Yeah, nice rakes too. Hey Tim, do I have permission to show that on the broadcast? Can I bring that picture up? Okay, let me work on Tim. Tim mentioned the rakes. I got to bring this picture up. It pops. I like it, and you can tell it's Halloween in Tim's household. I'm seeing the ads right now. We still got my ads won't end until 45 seconds, so I'm getting. We'll get through the first batch of ads here. So let me. Okay, we're done with the ads there. Let me bring that up. I got to bring this up, Tim. This is too good. This is something. I'm trying something new here. Let's go ahead and let's see. I got to get the messages, Tim, and then we got a couple of them. Okay, let me see if I can get this to present on. Um, let's see, because I've got guest stars, and guest stars has a present window. Let me. Yep, there it is. Hang on for a second. Let me see. I'm gonna do this a different way. I got to do this a different way because I don't want to show my. Let's go ahead and do. Okay, there we go. That will work. No, that doesn't do it justice. Okay, we don't want to do it that way. So we'll discard that. Hang on for just a sec, folks. We're gonna bring this up. Um, let's see. Okay, let me turn. Okay, now I can show it. Okay, okay, I got rid of the bookmark things on top. I don't want to give. Where is? Okay, let me see if that shows up. Um, Let me see. Guest stars. Did that work? I stopped. I'm sharing it. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I have to toggle it. Yeah, I got to toggle it. Let's see. Yes, push to the screen. And is it presenting? Yeah. Oh, let's see. No, I don't want that. We're gonna get this picture up, come hell or high water, because it's a good picture. Let me just. Um, Share. Okay, we got that there. Push to stream. Yes, push to stream. So, let me check this out. You know, I don't know why that's not coming up, so we'll go a different route here. Hang on. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stop sharing that. Oh, I got to save it. Oh, I know what I can do. Present a web page. What the hell am I thinking about? Okay, hang on for a minute. Hang on. We're going to get there. I don't know. Just grab your camera and show the screen. I can't because the camera's up on the thing. I can't take it off. I'm on the desktop, Tim. It's not. My phone is. I'm not broadcasting through my phone, but we'll get this. I just got to figure. I got to bring up a web page. I got to add a source here real quick. Okay, let's see. What do we want? Image slide. Media source browser. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's put this as Tim's rakes. Tim's rakes. Rakes. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, folks. This is cool. And I gotta. Oh, I gotta get the. I gotta get the link. Where's my browser here? Get the link. Okay, we're almost there, Tim. We're almost there. Hang on, folks. We got to show you these rakes. The big morning. Let's see. Okay. It says sign in. I'm already signed in. What the hell? Okay, we're not going to go that route then. Let's go. We're gonna get these frickin' rakes up on the screen, my friend. Let's remove. Yes, let's remove that. Hang on, hang on. We're gonna get the. We're gonna come hell or high water. We're getting this. Okay, we're gonna copy that there. We're gonna bring them up in an image format. Stand by, folks. Stand by. We're gonna. Let's see. That's gonna be. Let's save that as save as JPEG. We're gonna go into pictures, and this is gonna be Tim's rakes. Rakes 1. Okay, and then I want to get the other one. Let's see. Let's get the other one here while we're at it. He sent us 2. And copy image. And we're doing this on the fly, folks. This is important because Tim is he's a good guy. He's given us some pictures, and I want to present them as far as that goes. And I just got to work on the. Now, if I was on Restream, you'd already be looking at them. But I'm on OBS, which is incidentally working quite well as far as that goes. It's this weekend I did broadcast Saturday, and I tweaked with my my settings, and we're in the green for the most part, and I'm actually I'm on OBS for this. Since I had this new computer, I've never been using the when I've been gaming, I haven't really been using the graphic card, okay, which tells me my CPU is a pretty good CPU to handle what it's been handling here. But the graphics card, which is an NVIDIA graphics card, has been activated, and okay, we're almost there, guys. And so I'm in the green, and the broadcast itself is stable at 30. I lowered the KBS a little bit too, and I have 0 drop frames this morning, which is not the norm. It hasn't been the norm for a while there. I've always had some drop frames and stuff, so I think I've dialed it in. Okay, we're almost there. Image, Tim 1. Okay, we got Tim 1. And we're going to go to D pictures. We're almost there, guys. This is well worth it. It's well worth it. Let's see, where is... Okay, there's the first one. Okay, and then let's grab. We gotta. Let's see. Where is that to fit into the screen? We'll just do it manually. Almost there. This is well worth it, folks. Okay, there's the one. I'm just gonna shut this other stuff down. Okay, we're ready for the first picture. There's the first picture. We did it, Tim. We got it. We got it, my friend. There it is. There's the first picture of Tim's rakes. How do we like that, folks, huh? Is that pretty cool? We got it. Good stream here. Thank you, Tim. Nice. There's the first one. Tim is the entrepreneur of rakes. There we go. And then let's see, where did I put? Okay, that's Tim's rakes there. Oh, okay, Tim. Did we get Tim 2? No, we didn't get Tim 2. Let's go ahead and do Tim 2. I thought I had Tim 2 in here. Let's go ahead and image the second rake, the second image that Tim sent. Let's get that up here. So let's see, browse. And Tim, watch it be stuck on the screen. No, 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 no. I got it. It just takes a little bit finagling, especially on OBS, as far as that goes. And I'm doing this on the fly, which I can do. Very capable. And this, I just got. I just want to make sure I have your permission because you're sending this to me. And there's a second one. There's the rakes originally. Okay, so there's the rakes originally. Okay, they're in the dollar store. So that's where Tim picks them up. Okay, and once he picks them up, they sit over in his warehouse, his living room next to whatever that Halloween creature is, and uh, he sells them he buys them for $6, and then they're sitting there. They automatically grow in value as a $12 a rake, and he's making some money there. So how many you got there? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's $48 sitting right there, Tim. And I have one of those rakes. Those are and people that they don't realize and I think that's a good value as far as the rakes. So there we have it, Tim's rakes. I think that is so freaking cool, Tim. Thank you very much. We got through it. We got through Tim's rakes. Regular price is $12. Yeah, so you might want to get some just to make sure, when they get them, don't make it too hot. Buy. How many were there on the at the dollar store in the box? How many were in the box? Let's see. How many were in that box? Let's see. There was. I'm counting. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, I got to blow up my picture here. There were 20 all. Yeah, you don't want to take all 20 of them because it's obvious what you're doing. So that looks like $180, but it's $1.80. There was some out of the box. Okay, so yeah, you take what you can sell, and I think going around and you got them all. That's okay. That is so cool. That is a good story right there. Thank you for sharing that with us, Tim. That's pretty cool. That is. Let's see. Let's get back here to the broadcast here. As far as this, thank you, Tim, for showing that. That's pretty cool. That is Tim's rakes. We're calling it Tim's rakes. That's cool. No problem. That's a good one. Thank you, Tim. We've had some good broadcasts this weekend. We've had this Saturday we had Cup of Joe on for an hour. Our good friend, I was gaming, or yesterday. I was gaming Saturday. I dialed in my settings are off. They're ideal. Plus I got the graphics card plugged into the OBS. I love OBS. I know there's people, OBS sucks and stuff. You just don't know how to frickin' use it. I use it. I love it, and it's working great for me as far as. Because I had Cup of Joe up yesterday with guest stars. I had guest stars. I have guest stars activated. I'm not sure I'm going to use it, but I have it. I'm in the habit of having it available as far as that goes. And it's part of my routine now. So we had a very good talk yesterday with Cup of Joe yesterday. And he's doing good. And that's the main thing. That's a good story. He has a great friend. I'm going to say to his friend, thank you for helping out Cup of Joe. You are an angel, my friend. His friend used to be a neighbor when they were down there in Florida, and Cup of Joe was between a rock and a hard place there after his mother passed away. And it's just a good story to see Joe. He's got to tolerate the cold. It is cold, like Tim said, out there. He's out there in Ohio. He's just Tim's in Michigan, so Ohio is below Tim. So he's out there he's up here in the Northeast here, the northeastern part of the United States where it does get cold, and as far as that goes, and It was good talking with him. And then I was on Tony D's morning broadcast there, or his fantasy Bell Kings fantasy football, and we had good. He had to be a little bit. He went a little early yesterday. I think he went at 9:30. He went an hour early because he was moving into his new apartment. He had furniture being delivered, and of course we had football yesterday. And Tim says I need to sell these rakes and buy me a coat. Okay, that's the priority. You need to get a coat to stay warm. You need to get a coat. Oh, I still have the same winter coat I've had for like I mean probably going on 20 years now, if not longer, as far as that goes. I don't buy coats that often. I think I've had the same coat for like 10 years, if not longer, as far as that goes. Let's go to our thought for the day. Our thought for the day comes from an individual who's an American visual artist and film director. I remember this guy growing up. He had the picture where he put the tomato soup can in a pitcher, and he made millions of dollars off of that image, even though it was Campbell's soup. You figured there would be a trademark. Do you know who I'm talking about? We're talking about the American visionary artist and film director Andy Warhol, a great American artist and stuff. He was a little on the different side, I guess, and stuff like that. But he was born down in Pennsylvania, passed away down there in New York City. He did the pop art with the Marilyn Monroe and the Campbell soup. He just took things, and this is art, he said. So here's our thought for the day, a quote from Andy Warhol, and it goes as follows: They always say that time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Very true. Time keeps on marching on, and we say time changes it, but it's the individual that changes, and then it's also other people that will change things. Time itself doesn't. It's things that change, but time will march on. I thought it was a pretty good one too, Tim. It definitely makes you think about it. It's like, oh, you just blame time. No, you got to blame yourself if you didn't change anything, because nothing's changed. But if nothing changed, that means something has changed, because it's the same as it was before. See what I'm getting at? I have changes. I have change to make. You got changes to make, yeah. So that one popped. It changes, yeah. You have changes to make. We all do. And that's part of the. We're always doing a change of some sort. It's a new day. We change. We may do the same thing, but is a change it's never the same. Okay, we can never repeat our past, and we can never do our future now. We have to wait till we get to that point. So it really, on the scientific side of, because I think I came across this article that something about time. I didn't really look at it, but just a headline that said something about time traveling and stuff like that, which I don't know if it's possible. We don't have the math we don't have the materials to build whatever machine. You got Star Trek with the transporter room, and they're able to go through different periods of time. I'm watching the series Loki, which has to deal with timelines and stuff like that. Because there's a saying, today's science fiction is tomorrow's future. Today's science fiction is tomorrow's future or reality, and it is, because you look at the flip phone. The first time I saw somebody do that was Captain Kirk back in the 60s on the first episode of Star Trek, a communicator. And then when he's sitting in the captain chair, and the yeoman comes over with the Star Trek version of an iPad, signing it and giving it back. It was paperless. So it's pretty interesting. The Simpsons shows what happens. Yeah, and that's true. It shows what's happened in the future. So maybe that's all. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying, okay, off the cuff. Don't take me serious. Maybe we're being directed in a direction. Who knows? But a very good quote from Andy Warhol. They always say that time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Emulated. That's true. Let's see. On our you got me curious what that word is. I can't pronounce it. I'm you know I'm bad at pronouncing words, but what does let me see something here. And I've got browsers open and I've got tabs open and the OBS is working flawlessly. Um, is a name given to several groups, both real and fiction. Oh, okay. I see what you're. Okay, gotcha. I see what that word means now. Okay, good word, Tim. I'm gonna butcher it by reading it. I don't know why the present didn't go up. So, oh, are we on? Oh, I'm still on present. Let's see, cancel. Well, how come my picture isn't? Auto guest backstage. Let's see. I'm still. Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, that's my pre. Let me check. I'm doing something here real quick. Let me see what happens here. Does that change it? Huh. That's interesting. I'm looking. I have my Be Right Back in the guest stars client as far as that goes. Let me see something. Guest stars too. Oh, it's right there, huh? How's that? That doesn't make sense. Oh, wait a minute. I know. It's right there. It's on that one. Okay, I gotcha. It's okay. Okay, I'm on the wrong. Okay. Let's see. Be right back. We don't want that. We want that. I'm just changing. I was in a different. Okay, there we go. Okay, just learned something on guest stars. Okay. Okay, so if I'm in that folder, I can bring it up. I can present it. Okay. Hey, Helen. Good morning. Good morning, Helen. Thank you for being here. Helen's coming in from over in Scotland, Edinburgh. I had a brain drop there. Brain drop. We're just doing the national days today, and we have, let's see, national horror movie. They don't. It's getting it's Halloween here next week or something like that. Yeah. Um, let's see. We got Swallowed Apart from San Juan Day now. National Mole Day now. National TV talk show host now. iPod Day. Does anybody still use an iPod? I've got the iPod Touch. I got four of these suckers. There's one. I think this is my main one right here. Yeah, an iPod Touch. I still have these. I still use these. Actually, I have over here on the clock. It's a plug-in. I can plug it in right there. And I have a radio scanner. I don't have a Bearcat scanner anymore. It broke and stuff. And but I can put it in the socket and recharge there. It's a clock with an iPod Touch. So today's iPod Touch day. That's interesting. I don't know if people still use them. Everybody's on their phone. I like this one. National Boston Cream Pie Day. I love Boston Cream Pie. It looks like a cake actually. But let's see. Helen saying hello to good morning to Tim fan and Tony who's in a meeting or getting ready to go. He's saying hi, waving to Helen. National Boston Cream Day serves up the delicious dessert on October 23rd. Each year, pie lovers move along, cake lovers pull up a chair. Um, let's celebrate the cake. Oh, it is a cake with an identity. Then why do they call it Boston Cream Pie Day? Um, Boston cream pie is a chocolate frosted custard filled cake that's is loved by millions. Hashtag Boston cream pie. It was in 1856 at Boston Park House Hotel. French chef, whatever his name, Augustus Franciscus something, created the pudding and cake combination. So there we have it. And Helen saying good morning to Tony. God, that looks good. So like I said, this weekend we had quite a few broadcasts this weekend, and we started out with a Saturday. I was gaming on Guild Wars 2. I played the original Guild Wars 1. I have one more. I'm thinking about purchasing this add-on to that game, but I'm thinking about buying Guild Wars 2. I'm loving the. I couldn't believe the popness. Helen, I changed. I'm on OBS right now, and one of the things I found out is on using OBS, I ended up going into the settings, and it looked like I still had my graphics tied to my CPU, the 264 something, and then it had Navid up there, and I said, well, I thought I had Navid activated, so I changed it to Navid. I brought my KBS rate. It was at 5500. I think I dropped it to 4500, I believe. I'm sitting at 3400, or maybe 4000, and yeah, maybe 4000 it was, because at OBS I'm at 36,000 or 100, and so I activated my graphics card. The game, stellar. Has that sped things? No, it's gotten things better. I have no frames dropped this morning. It actually, I dialed it in to where my encoder is near perfect, I guess. Nothing's perfect, but the little green square that's in the bottom right hand corner of OBS has been green. I did have a little issue yesterday. I guess I was using the virtual cam on I had guest stars yesterday. So Saturday I did Guild Wars 2. Then yesterday morning, I was excited about it, so I wanted to see how it looked on Lord of the Rings. I had a little burp on Lord of the Rings, but I think that was more or less the internet, okay? Because it still stayed in the green, but I froze. The CPU rate was good, so that's the internet. And then Cup of Joe, I shut that down. I was on for 30 minutes, and then we had an hour guest star broadcast with Cup of Joe, and it worked great. So I've had this new computer for 6 months now. It was my birthday retirement gift, and as much as I've been broadcasting, I never had the with OBS. I've never had the I never flipped a switch for the graphics card. So I'm understanding that a lot more. So I know you were trying guest stars, but you were going through. You had to update your CPU, and I think it takes a good graphics card. So if you upgrade your graphics card, I think you should be able to use guest stars, but you like using Restream. Restream, stick with Restream. Restream is great. But I was on Tony D's broadcast yesterday, Belt Kings Fantasy Football, and we had Michael Bathurst up towards the end, and then Ted came in at the very end, like he normally does. My CPU is integrated graphics, not a separate GPU. Yeah, exactly, and that's what mine is too. And that's what I was utilizing, but I switched it. Okay, we have an ad break in 1 minute and 28 seconds. And I this is something new, Helen. I looked at the commercials, and I'm thinking, as long as the commercials are coming up, I don't want them to be a surprise. So there was a little thing there, you can add notifications, so I added the notifications. This is how my commercials go. I get initial roll when you come in, you have to watch the initial roll. That's on Twitch. And I've got the two commercials. You can't get rid of the commercials. You got to slide them. So I slid one in the first 30 minutes and one in the second 30 minutes. And this is probably the second one because we already had some. Good idea, because as broadcasters, we never know when it's going to. Yeah, I think that's if you're watching, you should. Why not know when the commercials are? Because then if the commercial goes off, as a broadcaster, I can sit back. I can mumble some thumbs that's behind the scene. I can probably get a good cup of coffee or something like that. So that's something else I added this Actually, just before this broadcast, I saw it. I was looking at the commercials. So my commercials just kicked off right now. Ad break ends in 48 seconds. So this is a 1 minute break. So you've been productive. uh, Helen's saying I've been productive. Let's see. I'm still seeing 32 seconds. Are you back, Helen? I'm not getting ads this end. I must be subscribed to you. It might. Yeah, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. But you saw the notification, so you're ready. I'm seeing ad break ends in 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And this one says ad break, so that must be a delay right there. Yeah, but you'll probably. Did you get the initials ads? You must be. Oh, you know why? I know why. You're a Prime gamer. You're a Prime gamer. See the little notification? You got the little crown. Are you subscribing me on Prime? That indicates that you're a Prime game. Oh, you got. Oh, that's what it must be. Yeah, you're a Prime gamer because you got that little crown there. So that's why. Do you pay for no commercials on Twitch? Did you do that? Did you get the ad-free thing? Did you pay for the turbo? No, that would say turbo. You would have a turbo icon. That's his Prime gamer. So that's interesting. So that's the best I can do with the commercial, folks, to let you know when they're coming. And I think that's a fair thing to do. I think it's the right thing to do as a broadcaster. If you have that, subscribe to the broadcast stops. Yeah, and if you subscribe, or else if you get turbo, then you don't see, when you subscribe, you're specific to that particular broadcast. Why not just go ahead and buy turbo? I think there's a few pennies thrown. I think ads are deliberately played to get people to sub. Maybe. I think I looked at it and there's no way I can scale it down. It's Twitch's sandbox, so that's the best I can do as far as same, yeah, and at least I know when they're coming on because before toggling that, it said pre-roll in 29 minutes. So that's the next 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes there's going to be a 1 minute ad or something like that. So let's see. In our history, what do we got for history here? 60 years ago today, Bob Dylan recorded "The Times They Are Changing" at Columbia Records. Of course, he just sold his library. Let's see. Helen says someone told me they had 7 ads on my stream once. They subbed to stop it. I think that's Twitch's gameplay. Yeah. Yeah. They're always doing something, as far as that goes. So. And stuff. So Bob Dylan, Columbia Records Studio in New York City, inspired by Irish and Scottish ballads. Dylan wrote the song as a deliberate attempt to create an anthem to change for the turbulent 60s. And the 60s I remember that as a kid. I grew up, my first memories is of John F. Kennedy, talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis, John F. Kennedy getting shot. I was like 4 or 5 years old. 5 years old when that happened. And Lyndon B. Johnson, the Vietnam War. Didn't know as a kid. I guess the Vietnam War, I watched it at Walter Cronkite. I wanted to go sign up and fight for my country. And what I know now is it's like we should have never been in Vietnam. We should have never been. But Bob Dylan giving us a song of the times. The first Parliament of Great Britain met on this day back in 1707. Wow. Okay. And back in 1855, and I think that was just before the Civil War, the state of Kansas, which I lived there. I was stationed in McConnell Air Force Base out in Wichita, Kansas, became, on this day back in 1855, became a new state and set up a government to outlaw slavery. That was before the Civil War. Um, 25,000 women marched on New York City to demand the right to vote in 1915, and the women's movement got started here in upstate New York, um, as far as that goes. Let's see. The UN General Assembly, not that the UN is really got any spine or backbone, convened for the first time in New York City in 1946. I have visited the United Nations, but I'm not too inspired by it. 1707 was the year it became United Kingdom, Great Britain. The act was the Act of Union. Before that, Scotland and England were separate kingdoms. Oh, really? So that's when everything came together. That is interesting. Yeah, okay. I thought, okay, they were separate kingdoms before that. But Scotland has always been under the foot of the of Britain, though, hasn't it, Helen? Because of the early days there and stuff. They got that rock that sits underneath the king's chair, I think. That's why it won't be the first parliament. That's why it would be the first. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised I thought they had parliament back before that, but that's interesting. I didn't know that. See, history is interesting, folks. History is interesting. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, this is a good one. Happy 69th birthday. No, that's who the hell is that? That's I have no idea who that is. Let's see. Let's go to the AP. Well, no. Before 1707, we were our own country. Oh, were you? Really? I was okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's why we were almost warring. Yeah, William Wallace and all that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. That's always an interesting. William Wallace. That's that's an interesting time. They say William Wallace's descendants are the current monarchy. If you've seen the movie, okay, that's what the movie implied at the end, which I thought was pretty cool. I wonder if there's some truth. We'll never know. You never know what's going on behind the scenes there. Let's see. On a sad note, on this day, the current monarchy are German. Yeah, but are they, Helen? Remember the end of what was the William Wallace movie there with the Australian actor? I can't think of it this morning. I got coffee. I'm not drinking the coffee. Yeah, Braveheart. At the end of Braveheart, it gives you an impression that William Wallace, and he sort of had a little thing with the then current queen. Well, she wasn't queen, but she was to become queen. I don't know if there's any truth to that. That it's Hollywood movie and stuff like that. But I just think it's interesting. Before 1707, Scotland was its own country, its own kingdom. I thought it was after maybe that's the Ireland, the orange scourge of Northern Ireland, as far as the Protestant Catholic wars and stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of that instead. Okay. Let's see. On this day in 1983, I was in the service. I was at Hanscom Field. 241 U.S. service members, mostly the Marines, were killed in a suicide bombing at Beirut International Airport in Lebanon, where nearly simultaneously attacked on French forces killed 58. The 241 Marines that were killed that day. Is Jeeves here? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm just saying on the Braveheart. You got the straight scoop. I find that really interesting. I appreciate that, Helen. I love history, so that realigns me as far as a little bit more of Scotland. But on this day, the 241 servicemen, the barracks in Beirut. My younger brother was Marine. My younger brother, he knew a lot of those Marines that were killed, because he got out of the Marine Corps was 4 months before they deployed to Beirut. I remember that day because I called my brother, my kid brother. Let's see, Helen. No, I'm saying all those people being killed in the bombing. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, you're up. Okay. Um, yeah, that was a pretty traumatic time. My brother was almost there. He got out of the Marine Corps. His his uh, his unit. He would have been asleep. We talked for a good hour or so when I called him that day. I remember. I'll never forget that because it's just the fact that my brother passed early. He was a paraplegic. He almost died. If he was still in the Marine Corps, he could have died there. Once he got out of the service, he was going to become. He had his accident before 9/11. He was looking at becoming a New York City firefighter. So my kid brother had sort of like 9 lives, so to speak. But he knew those Marines. So God bless them. It was a sad moment, and we still have this crap going on, and we have to contend with it. Yeah, it is so sad. It is sad, but we can't forget it, Helen. And it doesn't make me mad or angry, but we have to take care of those bad people. With the current situation, people are saying, "Oh, we need to have a ceasefire," and so. No, we need to get rid of the bad people. Okay, and the bad people are Hamas. It's not the Palestinian people. Hamas to me is separate. They are like the terrorists, and we're not using that word to where it applies to them. And I'm not going to go any further on that because it's not that type of broadcast. But I am prior military, and if some bad people do some bad things, we need to take them out. That's just my bottom line. Anybody that says, "Oh, I don't know what's going on and stuff," well, stick your head in the frickin' sand and just keep on being ignorant. Okay, you can have an opinion, and it can be civil, and you can disagree with what I have. I can respect that. I'm not going to argue or debate. You're not going to change my mind. Bad people that do bad things, especially killing women and children, there's no excuse for that. There's no ceasefire on that circumstances. They should be taken out. End of story. And too many accolades get yes, exactly. A lot of things. Let's see. Well, the only way we can fix the future is to not repeat the mis. Yeah, we have a template when we look back, not to repeat. But those things are going to crop up no matter what, Helen. We're going to have bad people. You need to take the bad people out. Bottom line, you can strip it down to bottom line. There's good and there's bad. Bad people do really horrendous, horrible things, and I'm not going to say what they are because they're in the news. And if you don't know what they're in the news, continue putting your head in the sand and playing ignorant like I don't know, or else you're on that group. We need to have a ceasefire. No, get with the times, and don't. We have a habit of repeat, but we have modern things that we're taking care of. It has nothing to do. They're equating this circumstances with history. Yeah, there's some history there. There was history between the Ireland and Northern Ireland with the IRA and stuff like that. Northern Ireland and Britain's, the Israels and Arabs and stuff like that in Egypt. Yeah, okay, that's that. This is a whole different story. We have some bad, horrendous people that need to be taken out. That's my feelings on it, and as far as that goes. And the world become a better place. You can't, if it's two countries going army to army, that's a difference. That's when you need the ceasefire. But when you have bad people killing women and children and doing horrendous things that I don't want to talk about, I'll just leave it at that. Again, God bless those U.S. Marines. Semper Fi, as far as those that were lost and those that are still serving. Let's see, on this day, like I said, first Parliament of Great Britain, which we learned some history from Helen about Scotland. I find that interesting. It is so interesting. And Scotland is such an influence. Maybe that's the part that's keeping the United Kingdom afloat as far as that goes. England can't stand on its own, I guess. In 1942, during World War II, Britain launched a major offensive against Axis at, this is El Alamein. in Egypt, resulting in an Allied victory. That was the big tank battle. That was that was a big factor in the Battle of North Africa. For evil to triumph, it merely takes good men to do nothing. Yeah, hey, that's true, Helen. I like that. I like that. Very good, because good people need to be strong and whack down the bad. 100%. That's why we won't let us. They won't let us go. We are absolutely. That's the impression I have right now. That, and Northern Ireland. Give Northern Ireland back to the Irish as far. But there's people, I guess, in Northern Ireland that over the years they just like being part of the UK. It's as far as that goes. Let's see. Oh, and that's about it. Let's see. Oh, on this day in 1989, 23 people were killed in an explosion on the Phillips Petroleum Company's chemical complex in Pasadena, Texas. That was a big hazmat incident, and that's about it for the world history, or history for this day. I try and keep it good history, but there's sometimes you just got to remember some of the bad things to remember those, and those fallen Marines. Right there. Last night we did have some baseball. The playoffs are continuing. What did we have last night? We had, let's see, the Diamondbacks tied up the series, but then the Phillies took the lead on Saturday. Did they play Sunday? Okay, the Rangers tied up the series, and I guess Phillies can win it tonight. Phillies lead. They play tonight at 5, but today at 6, it's 3-3. So it's do or die between the Rangers and Astros. So I want the Rangers to win. So we're a couple games away. The World Series will start. First game is October 27th, which is this Friday, and that's the day I got to go do some blood work. I got to do some blood work as far as for my nurse practitioner, as far as that goes, and Saturday. So this Friday, and going into the weekend, we got to game 1, 2, and 3 starting, and who it will be, we'll find out after today for sure. At least one, the Rangers or Astros. It's do or die. It's game 7. Canadian football this weekend. We had this is the 20th week, so we only have one more week of Canadian football, and then we're in the playoffs of the Grey Cup. We had the Stampeders beating, that's 41-16. Stampeders beating the Lions. The Argonauts won against, they just keep on winning. They already have a spot in the playoffs against the Rough Riders. The Elks lost to the Blue Bombers 45-25. Of course, we had some football yesterday. The Buffalo Bills. What am I going to say? Buffalo Bills lost yesterday. They had some takeaways. They could have won it towards the end, but they didn't prevail. There was a couple. That was one game. The Giants won, though. The Giants won. Here's the thing. I was watching. I have the Paramount channel, so the Paramount channel on this TV comes out of Scranton. So they didn't have the Pittsburgh game because that was a 4:00 game. So they had the Buffalo Bills game. So I watched it on that channel because on my local TV channel they had the Giants game. So I think my thinking is if I would have watched the Giant game and not watched the Bills probably would have won, because I didn't watch the Bills or the Giants. I was monitoring on my laptop here because I have NFL channel there that gives the update of all the scores. The Bills it was a bad game. Oh my God, we talked about this on fantasy football, Belt Kings fantasy football, Tony D's broadcast. And Michael, I gotta just say, Rich, I'm gonna have to agree with Michael on the Bills. There's something going on there that's not. But the good thing is Miami lost, so Bills are still in hunt to win their division, and that's going to be that's my game plan for them to do. Win their division, they get to the playoffs. They have to. They didn't lose anything. Of course, the Jets are off. What was the other game? Oh, the big game last night. The Dolphins. Yeah, they lost to the Eagles, 31-17. So the Dolphins aren't. They got a weak schedule. That's why they won those 4 games in a row. The Eagles are for real. Tonight we have. Oh, and also another upset. The Broncos. I had the Broncos. The Broncos beat the Packers 19-17. So go Broncos. Steelers won against the Rams. Chiefs won outright against the Chargers. Seahawks won against the Cardinals. The Lions lost badly. Ravens are for real. Ravens, they played a good game, I guess. 38-6. The Colts lost by 1 point to the Browns. So I got my hats off to the Browns. The Browns, they got some. Chicago Bears beat the Raiders, and then the Falcons, they squeaked out a win over the Buccaneers, so tonight we have the Vikings at home going against the 49ers. And that's going to be interesting. I think I'm the only one that, for tonight's game, let's see, after the afternoon games, I was 1-6. Let's see, after the 1 o'clock games, I tallied it up just for the afternoon games. Let's see, I was 1-6, Tony was 1-6, Ted was 3-4, Brian was 4-3, Tim, you were 3-4, you're up there, and CBS was 3-4. Michael was 2-5, so I sucked in the afternoon games. So as far as that goes, we're going to take a little break here, folks. I'm going to get a refresh my coffee. I will be right back. And we're back. We're back. We got a fresh cup of coffee here, and we're going to be on a little bit longer than normal as far as that goes because it's still dark out, and normally I would be finishing up right about now, and going into the post production as far as posting things up and getting ready to go for a walk with the missus. But it's too dark out right now, so we because of the late start with the sun, days getting shorter. The sun comes up later, and so when did I say the sun is going to come up this morning? So we're going to stay on a little bit longer than normal. Sunrise at 7:27. So we're not going to be getting out doing our walk until about 8 o'clock and stuff like that. This is going to be a new thing to do as far as take a break right at this time, which is what, our 1 hour mark? Yeah, our 1 hour mark, and I can stay on for an extra 30 minutes and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me as far as that goes. We're having fun here. Helen, did you see? Did you? Were you here when I showed? You came in late. Did you see Tim's rakes? That's funny. Also, when I took the break, the missus reminded me I'm still on medication. The swelling has come down greatly since my dental work yesterday. So she reminded me. I had some medicine. I take some medicine, some antibiotics 3 times a day for the next week. Because technically it was surgery. I guess they cracked open my gum here, and I'm gonna have a tooth inserted and stuff like that. I didn't. I guess I missed. No, I got to show you Tim's rakes. We're gonna go over Tim's rakes again because I got them plugged in here on the let's see. Do I have them? Yeah, there they are. Okay, I have them here. As far as that goes, he's the entrepreneur. He's making a few bucks. Okay, so. Let's see. First of all, he goes to the Walmart. There it is. He goes to the Walmart and he sees this box of rakes, and he says, they're normally $12 a rake, and I have one of these rakes. They're a pretty good rake for a garden and stuff like that, and the sturdy iron rake at the end there. $12 a pop. Okay, at the store. No, that's $1.80, not $180. It's $1. It's a dollar store, Helen. So they're going to put it in big. That's $1.80. It probably grabs her attention. Oh no, it's only $1.80, because they're normally $12, but they're selling for $1.80 a piece. So what does Tim do? Our good friend Tim Fan, the contractor and now entrepreneur, he buys them. He has them in his house. And he sells them for $12 a pop. So he's making some money. Let's see, that's $48 right there. So what does he have invested? $1, 2, 3, 4, $5 and some change to buy 4 rakes. He's making $35 plus. Where's the desk? Well, that's a dollar store for you, Helen. That's typical of a dollar store here in the United States. Okay, you used to, a dollar store traditionally you could go in there and everything was $1, but so I find that's our Tim is making some money, and they're a good rake. So he's making some good pocket change. That's he says it's pennies. I say that's if you got if you show them the rake and they want to buy them, hey, why not? I don't think I could sell them online though, because just trying to mail that out would be just to box it up, it'd probably be about a $10 box. So you're biting into, you're spending all the money you would have as a profit as far as that goes. So yeah, in the post. Yeah. That's funny. That is funny as far as well, yeah, and I think that's pretty that's an entrepreneurship right there. You buy a product real low, and then you go and you sell it, and you benefit from it. So I think that's pretty cool as far as that goes. So let's see, what do we got here? We got an ad break in 1:29. Okay, so that just popped up into my chat. I guess it popped up in your all's chat there too. Okay, so the ads, I'm seeing the ads right now, so I'm gonna go into ad mode. We're standing by after the ads. Standing by here till after the ads. So that's a 30-minute roll as far as that goes. So I'll just put that in the chat there. So, and I can look at this. Okay, there we go. So I'm just seeing the ads on the Surface 3 right now, as far as that goes. So we're standing by. So that was the rakes. I think that is funny for the people watching a replay. When you're watching a replay, you're not seeing the ads. We got ads going on right now here on Twitch. That's how Twitch makes its money. I get a few pennies from it. I can't completely get rid of it. It's part of the Twitch thing. So I've incorporated. I flipped the switch and turned on. If you're watching this in the chat, you can see the ads now. I can't get rid of the ads at all. And Helen, that is funny. I can still hear you find no ads for me. Okay, that's primarily. I think it's because you're a prime gamer. Hang on for a minute, Helen. That's primary. I think you have that little logo, so I think that exempts you from the ads, Helen, which is a good thing. I think that's a good thing, as far as and it tells me a little bit more as a broadcaster looking at the thing. So the ads are, I guess the ads are up. Let's see. Testing one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I reset the pre-roll over here. This is the creator dashboard. It says 32 minutes for the next set of ads. So it's every 30 minutes you're going to have a minute and minute and 20-second worth of ads and stuff like that. So because I am an affiliate, as far as that goes, one person said they made me, but I say you're full of shit. They're the one person that really helped me and stuff like that. But I really can't follow him. That's our friend Chris Tech. Chris Tech is still a friend, but Chris, I got to be honest with you. If you're watching this on the replay, I had to. There's certain things you're posted on Twitter I can't be associated with, but so there's no hard feelings. He once I see that that's cleaned up and stuff, I'll I know you can watch this on the replay, as far as that goes, but and he may come in and stuff. But Chris Tech helped me, but he helped me become an affiliate. But it doesn't give. There's certain things that I cannot be associated with, and what he's posting on his X/Twitter feed, I can't be so. And I'm not going to go into details and stuff like that. But I wish Chris Tech well, just to mention him, as far as that goes. But I am an affiliate, and I always recognize the fact that, which eventually I would have become an affiliate, but he helped out a little bit on people watching this broadcast and stuff like that, which I do appreciate still. Yeah, I think there has been some issue with that person sending unsolicited. Oh, I don't know about the unsolicited message. I'm just looking at the post that he posted there, and I still think he's a good guy. It's just that I can't be tied to with stuff like that. That I got a certain standard, and that stuff is. Not that I'm condemning, people want to watch, look at that stuff. That's up to them and stuff. But I just can't be. And I seem to recall. Yeah, that's an individual I don't associate with either, Helen. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay. As far as that goes, I don't even say that individual's name, and I definitely I'm not keeping my, I can mention Chris because I still consider Chris Tech a friend, but I want him to know that clean up that Twitter feed, please. It just, you don't need to be posting that. That's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want, Chris, but I think you understand. I can't be associated with that stuff. As far as I like being online and stuff like that, but I'm retired now. But there's nothing saying that if I want to go back into work and stuff like that. The certain work that I do, it does it does come with a clearance and stuff like that on the skill set that I do, and I can't be associated with that sort of stuff. It's just plain and clear. The other person that Helen mentioned in the chat, which I don't mention that individual's name anymore because I just I wish that individual's him and family friends. But as far as being online, I don't I'm not even in. I don't even go to that individual's broadcasts anymore. So he's not. I don't think he's that great of a broadcaster anyway. As far as that goes, you don't need to explain anything. It should. Yeah, and I'm not going to explain it and stuff. It's just the name was mentioned, and I like I said, I don't want to mention the individual's name. I wish the individual and the family the best, but as far as a broadcaster, I don't speak too highly. And I know that the person doesn't speak too highly. Doesn't speak too highly about anybody, but you know what I'm talking about, Helen. So I don't. I'm preaching to the choir for you. So it just I know that will come up, and people wonder. It's not worth bringing up anymore. So moving on, as far as that goes. So this is sort of the extended version of the Monday Morning Coffee 10/23 2023 at Twitch broadcast, and as far as that goes. So we're going to be on here for just a little bit longer. I got a second. Oh, I know. Oh, you know. Yeah, you know what. I got a cough. Got a cough. Finally getting rid of the cold and stuff like. But and oh, you say, oh, I know you know what I know, because Helen, it goes back to I guess there's certain individuals that were back on that previous platform they were on, and Tim, you, I'm doing a lead in if Tim is still there, that platform that we're on that. I think Tim has I think he has a feeling for that platform called Haps. If he's still there, I don't know. He might be busy with the guys coming into the shop. But oh, we're in the red. We dropped. It's the first time we witnessed. We're good on the thing, but I've just noticed we got a few drop frames. Point 0.4 drop frames, but that's all right. People are waking up using the internet. But Helen, I know there's people over there, and one primarily, I won't mention the person's name, but when I say the rose icon individual, that's an individual that was just off the chart, was out of the shoot as far as, and there's certain individuals that are equated to that I don't want to have any dealings with whatsoever. And I say that to remind myself to say, be with the good people. Okay, be with the people. Okay, we may have. I know Helen and me. We may have had. We have disagreements, but we can be civil. We can have a discussion. There's going to be some things that Helen doesn't agree with me. I'm not going to agree with her. Or the same thing with Tim. As far as that goes. And damn it, Rich, let's leave. I know Tony's. Yeah, I know. I ventured over in there, Tony. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I suss people out quick. I don't know what SUSS means, Helen. That's why I keep my circle people small. It always seems to take everyone else a little longer to catch up and realize what people, and that's true. That individual that you mentioned just a few moments ago in the chat, yes, that I am guilty of that. Okay, I seldom ever wrong. I have grade A BS detectors. I do, but I think my downfall, Helen, is, and even the missus tells me that I give the benefit of the doubt. I put people up on a pedestal. And a case in point would be my sister's husband from years back. He was both my sister and her ex-husband were in the United States Army. And first time I met him, he was really sharp. He was up there. I thought he had his act together. But it was when we were over in Italy, my second time there, when I went over there with the missus at Aviano Air Base. They were stationed at Vicenza, which is the Army base that was just southwest or down the boot there, about an hour's drive from Aviano. And it got to the point where I guess they'd been married for 4 or 5 years. The bastard was cheating on my sister. And I remember him coming up to Aviano Air Base, and I was working, and my assistant chief, the guy came into the office there, and he said, "Oh, Rich, I need to talk with you." I'm looking at this, and I said, "What the f are you doing here?" I wanted to cold cock the guy right then and there. I was in uniform, he was in civil. I wanted to cold cock him there, and my assistant chief um, told me that no, Rich, calm down. He just said that right. And I just looking at him like, okay. Because when I first married, I was in that transition there where I would still I would still lock some fists. But he said he needed to talk, so I looked at my supervisor. Hey, why don't you go up to the Aviano Inn, go have a coffee break and stuff like that. So I sat down with him. I still wanted to go across that table. We're at this booth. I wanted to go across, and he had a beer, the frickin' bastard, because I was still on duty. So I had a coffee, and he's telling me, "Oh, I'm sorry, all that." He's trying to. He gave me this big long, and I had him high on the pedestal. So when I found out he was cheating on my sister, it was like I was distraught. I mean, I thought this guy could do no wrong. I thought he had his shit together, and that's what I've done with certain individuals and stuff like that. And then when they cross a certain line where it's not being respectful, respect to me is very important. They say you earn respect. No, you should give respect first and see what that person does. The person deserves a little bit of respect, but when they turn to be a BSer, like Helen says she has the BS detector, then they lose that respect. There's a certain level of respect that everybody deserves. That's my feeling. But the missus says I give the benefit of the doubt too many times. Helen says, "Yep, Tony does this." Well, yeah, Tony does. Yeah, but Tony's a good guy. And that maybe that's our downfall, Helen. Maybe that's always wants to see the best in people, and I do too. It's one of the things I love. Also, one of the things that drives me. Yeah, it does with the message. Every time I try, too many people don't deserve it. They don't deserve the benefit. Well, I don't know, Helen. I guess I just was raised. I guess for my life, it just like I had some influences to try and give the benefit of the doubt. And so in some cases, not all the times and stuff like that. And we saw some examples because I think I did I give the benefit of the doubt to the. But it just we saw the examples of those type of people that could go that were off the charts and stuff like that. We don't need to be associated. We just and I just bring that up as I don't want to beat a dead horse, and that's what it is at this point, is a dead horse. But there's certain things that pop up that you have to remind yourself that I don't want to do that. And I know this is a very it's a serious topic, but I know it hits home with you, Helen, because I mean on that previous platform, you did take more than your share of flack from individuals that were freaking. They should never be broadcasting. They should never be online and stuff. If you're online and you're in a live stream, it's my radar just goes off way too quick. Has it gotten better though here on Twitch? I think we've gotten better as far as we don't have that static where Tim must be busy, because Tim would say app sucks, and it did suck in that aspect. And I keep my distance, yeah. So, but the missus, you don't like me talk. Yeah, she's just sitting over there smiling because she's. Well, it's like you're right on that. I give the benefit of the doubt more so.
People online.
To people online.
To people online.
Well, even other people. No, actually, no. In real life, I don't. I'm vicious, ain't I? Yeah. Now these because my ex brother-in-law, I was vicious. He was gone. As soon as I heard that you're gone, you don't have you get the frick out of my face.
You give the benefit of the doubt, but you.
What's that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When you get pissed, and that's yeah.
I go off the rails myself. I guess when I get angry and stuff like that. That's my radar just goes off way too quick. Twitch is better because you can actively choose who you. That's very true, Helen. there's a buffer zone. You have controls and stuff like that, and that's exactly right. I agree with you totally there, and stuff like that. So and the good thing about Twitch is I'm still associated with some good people like Helen in the chat, Tim, Tony. Tony graciously offers me coming up and stuff, and I really like that. And I've been up on Michael Bathurst's broadcast too, which I think is a really good thing. And Michael and me have had some differences over on halves and stuff. He's trying to bring it back on this side, but it's all water under the bridge now. Cantina is different story. Assholes attracts assholes. A-holes attract A-holes, and the gather together to embolden each other. The negative crap spreads like a cancer. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah. So the missus just re-verified and stuff. Now that I think of it, in the real world here, because she has a sister that was married. One of her sisters. How many? She had what? 3 exes?
Oh, which one?
With Carrie. It was Carrie. Wasn't there two?
Carrie and Nels.
Oh,
She
okay.
only had 2.
Oh, 2. The other one.
Dawn's the one that's had.
She's had 3. Well, she's had quite a few relationships too, right?
Dawn always, until George, she always attracted idiots.
The missus has
idiots.
younger twin sisters, and they've had some. But the one she had, this one is married to Carrie. I guess I'll say his name. He did the same thing that my ex-brother-in-law did. He came over to the house, sat down. Oh, the war's going to start, and this is just before we went into kick Saddam Hussein out. And I said, well, the war's not started yet. Oh no, the war between me and the missus' sister. And I go, what are you talking about? And I was sitting there having a beer, and he's explaining. I said, you know what?
He's one of those, he's like that one guy where he's all friendly and
oh yeah,
helpful,
the one guy Helen mentioned earlier, all friendly and helpful.
Best friend, but boy, if you hurt
it's
his
all
ego,
about,
if you hurt his ego,
it was all about him.
Yeah, if you hurt
Yeah,
his
it was
ego,
all
then
about
that's
him and
it.
stuff like that. And that's the thing. They have a facade that, oh, I'm here to help you and stuff. No, there's an alternative motive. And my sister-in-law's ex-husband, in this case, it was a case, and I just told him flat out. I says I can't. And the thing is, it was a few years later, he was bad mouthing my father-in-law, which who was a lot. Was your father alive at that time when Dennis told me about what Carrie said? He was just bad mouthing my father-in-law. I found out, and that's it.
I don't know, but he said something. My dad never.
Yeah. I was almost going to go find him and beat the living crap out of him, because if it wasn't for my father-in-law, he wouldn't have had a job and stuff. That was clear cut. And he was one that said, "Oh yeah, he got me a job, and I love that." And then here it is, a couple years later. No, I think that was after he passed.
I don't know.
Oh, anyway, he was a dirt ball anyway, and. Yeah, Helen says, yeah, he's another one. I have a low tolerance for the nonsense. Yeah, and there's individuals out there and stuff like that, and we got to be aware of that, because and we shouldn't have it affect us. It doesn't affect me. I move forward, and that's what I recommend to everybody, is just get rid of that dead weight, because if you attach yourself to it, it's just going to drag you down. You got to think of yourself as far as that goes. And but it's something. It's one of those things, when I do look back, I don't hold any hard feelings on anybody in the past and stuff like that. I just don't want you in my life anymore, because you don't bring anything to. Two-faced. Yeah, there we go. I can't stand two-faced people pretending to be nice and are talking shit behind people's backs. I just can't deal with that. That's the best thing to do, Helen. It's, and and this discussion right here, for people watching on Rumble and YouTube, you may say, well, geez, you're just we're not being disgruntled. We're just stating the facts as far as that goes, on how we feel. that certain relationships you don't want to have anymore because they don't bring it. It's only one way, or the person is taking advantage of another person just to bring content to their. They may mean there's, and here I am giving benefit of the doubt. There may be some sense of the person's concern with this other individual and stuff, but I just look at it a different way because you got to look at the person as a whole, and I guess I say that in full disclosure because I used to be a real shit before I got married to the missus. You people would not have liked me. Tony probably would have tolerated me because he probably tolerated people like I was back in the military when I was single. Just very outspoken and one way and stuff like that, and not really taking the time so I can honestly, and that's why I'm always saying my thing. I look in the mirror. Michael Jackson had a song that used that phrase. Used that phrase. Look at the man in the mirror, and I do look in the mirror every day, and I say, what kind of person am I? I'm not going to be carrying a grudge or anything like that, or try not to. We are human, and but move forward and stuff like that, and concentrate on the good people that I'm associated with, and I feel that I am associated with some really good people. And Michael Bathurst, he's a little whack, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I know. He means well, okay, and I know where he's coming from as far as that goes. And but there's some people out there that just it's sort of, I don't know. I find it sort of sad, but that's the way it is. Helen says, I just don't need to like. I don't need to be liked by anyone. Don't need affirmation from idiots on the internet, so I don't have to tell. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's right, Helen.
Oh, he's a stirrer. Yeah, I know he stirs the crap, but it's not at the level that I've seen on the previous platform, Helen. Well, even though he did have his moments, because one of the moments that I really feel bad about there, I blew up on him, and I think it was after you left the broadcast, and the rose there, the individual that had the rose icon, that was the epitome. The person had so many freaking chances, and I know Michael, and I'll say this, and Tony's listening. I know Tony, they're trying to bring the good out of this individual, but the person was just thinking of themselves, and that's what I had with an individual most recently, or where just like, I'm not gonna. They just care about themselves. And you'll see that. They'll say that. And they say it with a serious face. And when you see that nonverbal, that's one of the giveaways about this thing. You see the nonverbal, that tells you a lot. And maybe that's why that individual over on Haps didn't show the face. And that's the one thing I guess I was going to mention. If you're broadcasting, I don't agree with that. I could see putting up something like that, okay, with a picture and just do the talking bit and all that stuff, as far as that goes, and you don't want to show your face and stuff like that, and all that. And I'm trying to bring back up my picture here, but this is live stream. If you're on live stream, if you want to do just audio, go to a podcast. That person is a narcissist. Yeah, I agree, Helen. Though no empathy and no self-awareness, all me. Yeah, and there's, and that's how I felt about the individual mentioned earlier and stuff like that. It's all about him, them. Though they give the facade that they do care. I think they care a little, maybe care a little bit, but the overall premise is they just care about themselves. That's all they care about. And you can tell from a person's broadcast and the nonverbal. Now, some people put on a good facade until they see it and stuff like that, and until it hits you right in the face and stuff like that. So, and I know and I'll tell you right up front, Helen, there's some things I did disagree with you, but I think overall, I think you're a straight shooter. I think you're a good person. I'm a better person. You remind us of and I can still learn from other people and stuff, and I can wholeheartedly say that I'm not sucking up to you either. Okay, I don't suck up. Believe me, I'm telling you.
Not suck up, believe me.
What's that?
I said you're not a suck up, that's for sure.
No, I don't kiss ass. I don't no, and I've had my little bumps in the road when I was in the service to validate that too. So as far, no, I don't think my bumps in the road. I guess, how can I put this? My bumps in the road in the Air Force, where I question, because I always say you can question things and you can, you got your way. Never encounter. Well, though there was one time I thought I was going to lose a stripe, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's just like,
Yeah. Lose a stripe and then some.
yeah. I would have, if that would have happened, I probably, that was probably one of the rough. I can laugh about it now. Well, I laugh about it, but it's serious. At the time, I got in a little issue with something. I say little issue, but back then it was a big issue, where if I would have lost the stripe, the missus would have dropped me like a rock. That was one, and since then I've been watching my P's and Q's and stuff like that. It's like I just, it was a moment in my life that was like, wow, I could literally, and she could have walked. I had a little issue there that it wasn't infidelity or anything. It had to do with the drinking bit and stuff. I was drunk on my ass and I was acting like an asshole and stuff like that. So let's see. Helen says, I don't do anything with any malice. That's the thing. I can disagree and have a strong opinion. Yes, and you do. And I think that's your best trait there, Helen. But I'm never harmful. No, I don't think you are. I think you tell the straight stuff, and you're very passionate about it. And she continues, Helen says, a lot of this stuff we are talking about is about intent, individuals who have malice intent, nasty and hateful. Yeah, and that was the case on that previous platform. Even though I still in the same breath say it was a good platform, and the fact that I met you, Helen, I met Tony, I met Ted. Was it Nazim? I knew Nazim from Blab. Jeeves was over there. I continued knowing Jeeves. Jeeves is a great guy. Colin, I'm trying to get. I sent a message to the Colin and Nazim. They're sort of missing in action and stuff like that. But I think it was because Haps was so easy, compared to now Michael. I let them know that Michael's back online, so maybe that might draw them back into the fold here as far as the continuing community that we have on the broadcasting. And Badges and Joe Burke and Jeeves and Chris, lots of people who were great. Yeah, and we still are in contact with them, so I'm glad I was there too. Yeah, we're still in contact with them. I just followed Joe Burke on Twitch now, so I get notifications. Him and Badges. I remember them on Haps doing their artwork together. It was always fun watching them, and other people. We have that word of mouth to let them let people know that where other people are at, and I think that's good. That's community as far as online, and people that sort of spread the word about other people where they're at because they want people to gather and stuff. I know that's Tony's. Tony loves doing that as far as getting everybody together, and we could have a really. And we have an ad break. It just popped up here in 1 minute and 27 seconds. How long have we been on here? An hour and 44. Okay, it's starting to get daylight, so I'm going to probably get this ended in about another 10 minutes as far as that goes. What is it? Our friend Glick from Nonsensical Nonsense. And you were on that broad. Oh, we're in the break. We'll finish this. We'll talk about that right after this break here. Let's see, Helen. The good outweigh the bad in the beginning. But near the end of Haps, it was just a drag. Yes, that's true. Yeah. It started out really good on a bang, and And just at the end there, especially when they changed to the portrait from landscape, and they had the Joe Burke's saying, he calls it the stream of the river of turds, the hearts that came across. It's like, yeah, it decorates a thing, but it's annoying. That's annoying. It just you don't want this can be annoying to somebody, but it's off to the side. But when you got these big hearts going across, that's just annoying and stuff. And we're back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and the broadcast is going good. We're not dropping any frames. We had 1.2, so that's not bad. So, see on the computer here, or on the laptop here, it says the ad breaks will end in 1:08. So there is a delay on the thing here. So, but that's okay. So we've met some good people as far as that goes, and we continue to meet our conversation with good people, and that's the great thing about doing this. And I say it before. It's just like as far as Helen there, um, it's just good to be able to have a conversation with somebody and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the true benefit of this live streaming and stuff. We see the people on Twitch there, talking about this and that, and you get the pool people, which I laugh about. It's just like what some people will do for $1, I guess, because they're getting, it's obvious what they're doing. They're trying to get the views up to get the money and stuff like that. I'm not here about the money and stuff. Um, I guess it's not about the money here. It's about association, and I really cherish the time with the folks as far as that goes, and the continuing conversation, because I live in a rural area. Most of the people that I do associate, it was at work. I don't really associate with them anymore. I'm still in contact with them and stuff, but they have their lives. I have my lives, and I guess being online, it fills the void a little bit. It's just like the whole premise of me doing this from the get-go is I'm always fascinated with things that are here on this thing called the internet. But it's basically get a good foot off for the day and have a good day, because I think and I never used to be like that. Like I said, you would not have liked me back in my younger day. I was a real shit when I was in the service, and that's why I had a couple bumps in the road. I think when I got married, that's when I straightened up. But I did have the one bump in the road where I got a little too. Um, I went out to dinner with a couple Japanese nationals that worked for me when I was over in the Dakota outside, and I ended up having a little bit too much to drink, and found myself being brought home, and the missus wasn't too happy and stuff, and there was a little incident with but it never came out to be nothing and stuff. I don't want to go into this, but it's those moments that you're able to, I thought it was the end of the world for me at that point and stuff, and it wasn't. And I look back and I laugh, and I was a horse's ass and stuff, but I moved forward, and I'm a better person because of it. Some of the crap that we took when we were over on HAPS, I think we're better broadcasters because of it. And it's great, and it's encouraging, again, to see someone like Michael Bathurst, who he's loving Restream. He has the paid version. So Helen, I keep on telling him. I said, if it wasn't for Helen telling us about, me and Tony about it, and you take. I'm giving you credit for the Restream thing, because the Restream is great. Most of the crap is still going on, though. Yeah, but you just keep it. You keep it. You keep distance from it. I don't think it'll ever. No, it won't. It's just human nature, Helen. You're gonna have those crappy people out there and stuff. But like, excuse me for a moment. Excuse me. It's those crappy people that are out there, like that person, the Rose person stuff. That person is blocked, banned, and banished as far as I'm concerned. I don't want. There's nothing you could say I wish her the best wherever she may be. I don't want to associate. It's one of those deals. That's how I look at it and stuff like that. And it won't stop. No, it won't stop. But you can control it for yourself. And I really enjoy being here compared to the last platform. It'll be interesting to see. We've tried some other platforms. I think Restream is a go-to. I think more people should go to it because and utilize it that we're over there on, and it's pretty easy to come back here on the internet. But I guess they just don't want to, because we got a good group going. I mean, the people I that come in here, like you, Helen, like Tim Fanforty, Jeeves, Glick, Ted Hicks. There's at least a dozen more people that Cup of Joe now. Cup of Joe came in yesterday and we talked to him, and that's the individual I care. He has a story. And I'm just concerned that he does good because he's one of the good guys, and he's a New Yorker too. I like people from New York State. I guess it's the New York thing. I guess I'll just leave it at that. There's an association with that as far as being from New York. I guess maybe it's a territorial thing, but it was good talking with Cup of Joe yesterday. And your people, yeah, my people, I like that. That's a good one, Helen. My people, yeah, Helen, you're one of my people. I like that, my people, yeah. Some people call them tribe. I don't say tribe. I don't have a tribe. I got people. My people, my friends. Those are my people, and I do appreciate it, and I like expressing that because it's being open and honest and stuff like that. And I'm a better person. Again, I'll say it for the last time. I was a real shit back in my younger day, but I'm having fun now because it's what's the saying? It takes less muscles to smile than to frown and to be bitter and stuff like that. So why waste your time? Get in that groove to where you're in a good mood and stuff like that. And I'm experiencing that now as far as that goes. It's good stuff. And we're coming up in an hour. Oh, we're gonna be going 2 hours here. Oh wow. Oh, that's what I want to say. Glick and nonsensical nonsense. Tony was telling me this yesterday on the Bell Kings fantasy football. Glick went 8 hours, and you were on that broadcast, Helen. I don't know how do you watch an 8 hour? I guess I'm gonna have to scroll through it to find out, because I said Tony said he was on it and said, well, I'm gonna have to scroll through it to find your segment. I'll have to find. He said you were on there, Helen. So yeah, I was there. You were there for 8 hours too. Oh my God. Oh, that's you talk about, like, right now I'm in the marathon state. I'm going 2 hours, which I could talk for 2 hours and stuff. Oh, you weren't? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't there for 8 hours. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't there. Okay, I got it. My eyes were trying to focus and stuff here. I was laughing. You weren't there, but you were there for part of the 8 hours. But how does somebody broadcast for 8 hours? I'm in marathon state right now. That's ultra marathon. I mean, that is just unreal. 8 hours. So, I mean, mind you, I used to stream on Haps for 8 hours myself. Did you? Were you on that one? I knew you were on, so I can't say anything. No, I'm not saying anything. I just think I think that's there's nothing wrong with it. Let me back up. There's nothing wrong with someone broadcasting 8 hours. If you want to broadcast 8 hours, but it's just the fact that I've done 4-hour interviews too. Really, I mean, I'm at my limit right now, 2 hours. I think the longest I've ever been on, maybe pushing 2.5 or something like that. If I'm gaming, I think I could probably, if I'm on a game and I'm gaming, I could probably, the longest I've gone is 2 hours. Yeah, once you get people up chatting, you do lose time. That is true, Helen. That is very true. You lose track of time, because I know there's sometimes I'm on either Tony's or my stomach is growling. I gotta get some breakfast here. Tony's or Michael Bathurst's broadcast. You lose track. It's like, like yesterday, we're on there, And while I was on with Cup of Joe, well, no, first I was on the gaming for 30 minutes, and then I was on Cup of Joe for an hour, and then boom, Tony'd come up. He said, "Hey, I want to start early." There was my whole morning, and then I went into watching football, which watching the Bills sucked because they lost. Um, that's the day. We were supposed to be on last night, but it never developed. I guess Tony was. He said he would be available. Ted was up for it, and Michael. And I wonder if Michael. Let's check. I wonder if Michael is on. He might be on later. He usually comes on. He might be on in the morning when. This morning when I'm out from the walk, because he usually comes on a little after 8 o'clock. It seems. Because he comes on. What do I want to show? I want to show. I want to get this back to where. Okay, there we go. Let's see. He's usually on the YouTube. And I do not see him. I got the alerts. Do I got the alerts on him? Oh, Ted Hicks commented. Oh, Ted Hicks commented on my Cup of Joe broadcast yesterday. He goes, "Cup of Joe," thumbs up, or partying. Thank you, Ted, for commenting on the Cup of Joe. And no, but I would not be surprised to see Michael Bathurst come up here shortly, as far as that goes. And let me see what's on his Twitter feed. What's on his Twitter feed? His X/Twitter. Let's see. What's he got going there? He posted up. Oh, he did do a broadcast 4 hours ago. Monday miracles are awaking around the world. So he was on. Oh, that was only a 3-minute bit. Oh, he did the music. I can't show the music. I don't do the music. And there's Tia. He posted 5 hours, a picture of Tia. And the Super Bowl bubble. Who's in it? And that was 6 hours ago. And then his last broadcast that I was on was Sunday Morning Blessings. It was 19 hours ago. So there's the rundown from Michael and stuff like that. And I like how he does his broadcasts, and he brings up. He has this platform. It's called TweetDeck. I don't think they call it that anymore, but it's part of X/Twitter, where if you got the blue check mark, and Michael does, you can use that. I used to use that. I used to use Hootsuite and TweetDeck. Two great platforms because you get multiple timelines up, and you can scan across it and you can see multiple timelines. Helen says, "I'll be honest, I was annoyed at him yesterday. I knew Tony had to check out of that hotel room, and he told everyone over and over again that and I'm to blame for that too, Helen, because I get into talking that he was pushed for time, and Bathurst was just being real. We get into that talking. Tony just didn't need the extra. No, well, Tony looked a lot better yesterday, I could say. I don't know if you picked up on that, Helen. He just seemed like he was more positive. He was engaged. I think he's got the majority of the crap behind him, so he's pushing forward. So he was in a better state, I think, yesterday than he has over the last several weeks. So which is good, because we love Tony. Tony's a great guy, as far as that goes. He's a brother veteran, and stuff. Yeah, we did talk a little bit longer than we should, and Tony accommodated. But that's Tony. Tony's a great guy. I gotta give him credits. He's a good entity, and I think Michael's changed a little bit. We'll see. I'm just glad seeing him back, because he is a little bit positive. I don't think he has an agenda. No, he doesn't have an agenda. No, he's not one of those guys. He tries to facilitate and stuff like that. He tries to put a good message, even though it gets a little sappy and stuff like that. But yes, he was bringing. He was being polite, which was why I had to point out the rudeness. I was annoyed. That's your short fuse, I take it too, which is, I guess, a good trait. It just keeps things. Tony wasn't going to stand up. Yeah, I think if it really, you get caught up in this. and I'm guilty of it too. You get caught up, and the missus looking at me like I'm doing it right now, to where I'm procrastinating. It's 7:45, and I'll probably do the post production after we get done for a walk, because are we gonna get ready for a walk here? Hello? Are you? Oh,
Take a shower first.
oh, okay. So we got what, 15 minutes or so? 20?
At least, yeah.
Okay, 15, 20 minutes. Okay, she's getting ready and stuff. Yeah, she usually takes a shower and do the brush the teeth and stuff like that. I usually just jump into a pair of jeans and we go for a walk, and when I come back, I take a shower. So we still got some time as far as that goes. But there's sometimes, like what you just said, Helen, I'm the same way with the misses and stuff. I get caught up in on this crap when, hey, knucklehead, you need to go over here. So I know what you're saying about that. I just won't have anyone disrespecting Tony. Maybe I need to let fight. I think Tony can fight his own battles and stuff. He's a really, that's one of his traits I like. He's a calm, cool cucumber and stuff like that. I always have a tendency to jump, yeah, because knowing what I know, what Tony does, he has to be like that, Helen. He deals with some very, very, I mean, he deals with some stuff that people depend on. Some of the stuff he does, if he doesn't do it right, it's gonna mess up some people's lives. He deals with some really technical stuff on what he does, because I've seen firsthand, having been in the Air Force, on especially the F-15. It's a very, very highly technical, even though it's an older aircraft, it's a very high performance aircraft, and his skill set is second to none because of where he's at. They change you more if you don't check out on time, and he said it over and over. Yeah, we didn't take the clue, and was just taking the absolute piss. Yeah. Well, that's good that you pointed out, because by telling that, and we know where you're coming from, Helen, because I know you care for Tony and stuff like that, and Tony cares for you and stuff. It's like and whatnot. So it just but I just saw a little change in Tony yesterday, where the last week or so I was he's busy with stuff. Real world stuff is very important and stuff like that. There's nothing, this stuff, what I'm doing right now, when there's world stuff, this just gets dropped to the side. I don't even, it's just like, you have important stuff that has to be taken care of. You got to take care of it. This isn't even secondary. This is like, but it's good for the overall general mental health, I think you could say, talking about things and stuff like that, because I love to talk. The missus will say that. I love to get on my pedestal and my soapbox to talk about things. But I think at this point in my life, it's I have to remind myself, because there has been moments on this broadcast I sort of revert back to the shit I used to be, where I'll just boom, pound it out, and that's just and probably I know for a fact, and I'll just say this, Helen, probably when I've said that and I've said some stuff, you're probably saying, what the F is that freaking effing fireman Rich saying? I could hear you in the back of my head and stuff like that, thinking about it. But we become a better person, and I think if anything, doing this type of broadcast and being on other people's broadcasts, it has made me a better person. I can honestly say that and stuff. And the thing is, it if anything, it gives us an example when we watch other people on Twitch. It says, I don't want to be anything like that person and stuff. Let's say you have the Scottish accent. Oh, do I? Okay. I can't. You're more the expert than me. I just I don't hear it. It's just like the other day, someone was saying, oh, you got a good voice. I think it was Ted Hicks. Was after a broadcast in the green room. He said, no, you have no, even Michael said that. He says, you got a good radio. And I listen to myself and say, I feel like, the nails are scratching on it. I don't really like listening to myself and stuff like that. I love to talk. I love to talk, as you can see, as we just clicked past 2 hours. So I do love to talk, and this platform I'm very thankful for. As far as live streaming in general, to give me that platform, because we've come a long way since. I don't want to show my face. I don't want to say my name. As far as that goes. Nobody likes. Yeah, that's true, Helen. Nobody likes their own voice. I hate my. Yeah, you said that. Yep, I know you said that. Yeah, yeah. So it's just interesting and stuff, and that's how we learn. That we learn more about ourselves and stuff like that. And I think especially over the last several years. Especially since I've been married, I've grown a lot as far as that goes. So that's one thing that it's very important to me, and I cherish it a lot and stuff like that, because it's more because I've seen people that you think are going to go that long and stuff, and they just me and the missus known a couple people back when I was still in service that they're a great couple, and then we find out, I think it was after we got out of the service back in '97, that they had parted and stuff. It's like, wow, they and it's sad, but the one good thing, some of those people that parted, they're no longer married to. They are good friends. Some of them are good friends to each other. So but some of you can't do that, because I've got a couple sister-in-laws that, like I said, I already talked about one of my sister-in-law's exes, and it's like, he's dead to me. It's like, he tried stopping me on the street. I remember one time walking with Max, and this person said, "Hey, what's going on? What you doing?" I looked down. I didn't know who the hell it was, and I didn't recognize the car. And then I saw it. And it's like, I said, "Get the F out of here," and I just walked away. I mean, at that particular moment, this big chip came on. It's like, I don't want to have nothing to do with this guy. I said, and the guy knew I didn't want to have nothing. I guess he was just testing the waters, because it had been, I think the last time I had talked to the individual, it had been good almost 4 or 5 years. Or at least 3 or 4 years. And so I think nothing's changed. Get the frick out of my life. I don't want to. I want to. That's hardcore, but that's life. This individual is in that category. And I probably just have a few more people in that category. But I'm a better person because they're just bringing baggage in and stuff like that. So I like helping people and having them move forward and stuff like that. But for my own self, I don't need to be dragged into crap that I know is going to be crap. But anyway, but I agree with you. Nobody likes their own voice. I hate mine. Yeah, I don't think I hate it. It's just like because I do watch some of my replays to see, to try and become a better. I critique myself and become a better broadcaster as far as that goes, and such. So, but we're over 2 hours, so we're gonna go ahead and exit stage left here as far as that goes, and we're 12 minutes before the pre-roll, which is good. I get out of here before a commercial comes in. I would like to say thank you to our very good friend Tony D. Salute to you, Tony. Have a great day. Our friend Tim Fan out there in Michigan. Thank you for the pictures, Tim. That was great. I got them in my queue, so I can bring them up and stuff. The Tim Fan Rake Enterprise. And of course, thank you very much, our gracious leggy lady from Scotland, Helen. Thank you for. It's always great talking with you, having a conversation, and as far as that goes, and I really appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to those that are watching this marathon broadcast from Fireman Rich here on Twitch, on the Rumble and YouTube, where I repurpose and for the replays. And thank you for the replays here on Twitch. And enjoy your walk with the missus. I will. Thank you. Yeah, it's getting sunny out here. It looks like we're going to have a great day. So I'm going to finish my coffee here, jump into a pair of jeans, and get some sneakers on, and the missus will be ready for a walk. So you all have a great one. You can follow me over there on Truth Social, Instagram, Threads, and X/Twitter. Those are the three main platforms on social media. And I'm also on Facebook at the real Fireman Rich. Someone took Fireman Rich, so I had to put the real Fireman Rich on Facebook. So, and I'm Fireman Rich here on Twitch. So, you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, as we restart the outro music, peace and take care. Dude, you still? Yeah, I'm still on, Tony. I'll talk with you later, my friend. You have a great one. Ciao for now. Good broadcast for a Monday. You all take care.